Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Heights High School for tonight's matchup between the visiting Andover Trojans and the Wichita Heights Falcons. With me here, Mitch Kuchera. How are you doing today, Mitch?
Doing wonderful. It's a beautiful night. Great night for some playoff Thursday football.
It's a little crisp here tonight, man, but it feels good. We got a little heater here in the box, and so we'll be good. We're gonna throw it back just a couple weeks. We got some highlights here against Northwest, and then we're gonna show some highlights against South. So we'll show those right now.
Holding in that front back on that J-set pistol. I didn't get to catch to see if they had any pulling guards.
I don't think they did. I think they just went manned up and just kind of reach block. So.
Yep. And that's one thing that Northwest has been able to do over the last few years. They have designed their offense. It's simple up front, but it's effective, because those offensive linemen only have to know a few things, and they get to do it very well.
Well, they pooch it here, trying to keep it away from John Randall, and Jaden Hamilton has the opportunity, and Jaden Hamilton is going to take it.
Up front, you have senior Nathan Hale, junior Carter, senior Zach Dar, and something
DJ Dingle just ran midline right up the gut for 40 right there for about 43 yards for DJ Dingle. It's just, now they're going to go trips here to the one side. They'll probably roll out. That's kind of what they've liked to do is try to get on the edge and try to run that out right there. And Caden Clausen's going to pick up a good chunk of change there, about 10-yard, 12-yard gain.
To come up the field, because they basically have their ears pinned back to try to get penetration, and
got to go over the.
Oh, and it looks like we have a catch down at the 16-yard line.
Catch right there by Adrian Patterson. Nice throw there by DJ. About a 15-yard gain, 20-yard gain for another pass completion for Dingle to another receiver. I mean, Heights has 5 different receivers. Years ago, there was a 4-team district, and those were set before.
Led by Coach Dominic Dingle. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you all rise, remove covers, as we celebrate our great nation with our national anthem. Tonight, the color guard is featured by Cadet First Lieutenant Jacob Berry, Cadet First Lieutenant Blythe Meir, Cadet Airman First Class James Drake, Cadet Airman First Class Johnny Looney. They are led by retired Master Sergeant Eric Yeager and Major Shelley Harmon, U.S. Air Force, retired.
And there was our JRTC led by Mr. Sergeant Yeager and Major Shelley Harmon here at Heights High School. And sorry we had to interrupt our highlights of the Northwest game. We're going to actually go back. We got some time here before we get this game rolling. We're going to go back and show the second half of the Northwest highlights now. Years ago, there was a 4-team district, and those were set before the season even began.
Right.
It was all about location, and you were put in your district by where your school was located at.
Right.
And we had several different districts with Heights. We were Heights. Maybe they did. So it's actually a pretty good crowd. There's a tackle right there. Jalen Hanks with a loss of about 3 or 4 yards, trying to go run their number 1 team, see if we can't get some points here. Here's John Randall breaking it, and he is off to the races. They're not going to catch John Randall.
I mean, there's not a lot of people in the state that are going to catch John Randall when he gets out in the open.
That was an 82-yard run. For who does Northwest have?
Northwest has a showdown of the year against East, who is 4-0.
Here is a counter going to the house for Adrian Patterson.
Yeah, so Northwest is going to
and we're back. So there's the Northwest game there. We've also got the South highlights from a couple weeks ago that we'll talk. If we have some time, we might get into that. We've got about 6:50 left to go here before the game. We just wanted to talk a little bit about some playoff football in Kansas. Really, it's an 8-game regular season schedule, and then there's always the 9th game. Everybody gets the 9th game, and this is the 8-9 seed, Mitch, with the Trojans from Andover and the Heights Falcons. And the winner of this one, most likely Northwest is probably sitting in the waiting there. They're the number 1 seed. I can't remember who they were playing. I was going to look at that. And
they're playing Salina Central tomorrow
at
Northwest.
Okay, yeah,
so
Friday night, right. So
the winner of this game plays the winner of that one.
Yep, next week, and then the higher seed will host. So, most likely probably Northwest, they'll probably win that 1 versus 16 seed, and it's going to be a tight battle between here. We've got, looking at the stats going into this game, Andover's defense has been, I was talking to the Butler County Gazette guy. He was telling me about some stats that he did. And Andover had the number 1 rushing defense in 5A, and Heights the number 1 rushing offense in 5A.
Yeah, well, and you look at the stats, and you look at the amount of points that Andover has given up to some really good teams, and the number is surprising, because their first game against Mays, who seems to be putting 50 and 60 on teams, they held them to 20 in a loss, and then they shut out Arc City. Salina Central beat 35-6. They lost to Goddard Eisenhower, but that's another high-powered team that they held to 16. They beat Hutch, who has been on a tear this season. They beat Valley Center, and then they lost a hard one to Andover Central, the in-town rival, 7-0.
Yeah, there's a good look right there of Andover. Go ahead, Coach. I just want to.
Yeah, and then their last game was a win against Goddard, and that was a pretty good win last week to get them going. They're 5-3 on the season, undefeated at home and on neutral field. But the one thing I've seen is I don't know how well they travel, because they're 0-3. We'll see. 0-3
on the road, yeah. So here's the Falcons. Falcons coming to this game right now. They're 4-2, winning against West and North and South and Southeast, losing a tough one in the middle of the season there to East, 13-16. And then, of course, Northwest kind of made it somewhat close with a 56-21 score. And then the last couple of weeks beating here at Heights, 51-0. And we were looking forward to. We were planning on announcing the Southeast Heights game here at Heights, and then Heights won that game 56-21. And then the next thing you know, they move it over to Southeast. It was the first game ever to play. I think it was. In my opinion, I think they set that up. They were using that as motivation for those Southeast guys, because we talked about in the South game a few weeks ago about the streak, right, where Southeast has never lost to Heights, and then all of a sudden Heights wins in like 2003, and then now the tables have turned. Heights hasn't ever lost since then, and I think they were using that as motivation, and didn't work. Heights wins 56-21 at the first ever stadium there at Southeast High School.
Well, it's all gamesmanship there. They want to be able to motivate, but then also make sure that their first game at their new stadium is against their rival.
Yes.
Quote, unquote.
Yep.
I mean, it wouldn't mean as much if they were playing North or Northwest or East.
Right.
Heights and Southeast have been rivals.
Been rivals for a long time. Now looking at this rivalry, we talk here a little bit about Heights and Andover. These guys have played in the past. Back in 2014, 2015, Heights and Andover played in the first early in the postseason. Was always I think it was like an 8-9 seed, or maybe not an 8-9 seed, but it was the first round of the playoffs that they played in 2015. Heights won 35-14, and then in 2014 won 42-13. So those are the last couple of times that they've played, and looking forward to improving that record here for the Heights Falcons.
It's like I said, it's going to be a tough, hard-fought game because both teams have had a lot of success this year. Andover, first-year head coach. Head coach is Ken Dusenberry, but he is a Andover guy. He coached O-line at Andover for, I think he said, I was in emails with him. He coached O-line for 9 years. It looks like we have a.
So Heights defers. Captains there for the Falcons is number 21, Javon Martin, and number 52, Dylan Depperschmidt.
And then number 10 and number 30, Dylan Scarborough, senior, and Ashton Ngo, who is actually their leading tackler, I believe, were the captains. And Andover's going to start with the ball. So Heights defers to the second half.
Well, we'll see. Start looking at some stats here. Some defensive guys that we'll talk about quite a bit. Is their leading tackler for the Falcons is number 21, Javon Martin. He's got 54 solo tackles, and from his middle linebacker spot. And then number 13, one of their corners, Elijah Mosley. He's got 35. Followed up by tied with him was up on the defensive line, number 81, Amarion Wilkins. And then number 30, Isaiah Yehuda. He's got 31 tackles. Going back to Amarion Wilkins, he leads the team. He's got, I take that back, he does not lead the team. Jaden Caldwell leads the team in sacks with 4.5 sacks. And Jaden Caldwell sits at about 27 tackles. Amarion Wilkins has about 2.5 sacks. And then Yehuda has kind of leading the secondary with 2 INTs.
Right, back deep for the Trojans. You have number 27, sophomore Ben Davis, sophomore running back, and it looks like we have back flanking him as Ian Pogue, number 6. And I couldn't catch the number, but I think that's no again.
But we've got kicking off for the Falcons is junior Caden Clausen. He's got overall on the season, he's got 13 touchbacks on the season. And see if there's not much of a breeze at all, but the ball is just dead. And he actually just kicks that out of bounds. I don't know if they were afraid of their return.
There aren't return stats to support that claim.
Yes.
He's a good player. It's always been done right, but it's not like you're kicking to John Randall back there.
Yeah, John Randall is he's taken one back to the house on a punt return, and had a couple last year as the kick returner. But with that kick out of bounds, it's going to give Andover some decent field position here, starting about the 35 over there in the left hash in front of their bench.
All right, you have and Andover quick up to the ball with their sophomore quarterback. Number 2, Brady Strauss, who's been their quarterback all year, and you have number 27 running the ball for a loss of 2. So 27 is Benjamin Davis again, the guy who took the kick return.
Well, we're going to give that tackle right there. There's your leading tackler for the Falcons from his linebacker spot, Javon Martin. He just kind of flowed right over the top. It was just kind of an outside zone play or an outside I'm not sure if they read anything there or not, but Javon Martin just kind of scraped along the linebacker spot and made a pretty good tackle there for the Falcons, and as he gets his first tackle for the night. Hey, we our camera guys, Case and Justin, are doing the camera for you tonight. We've got Mr. Finsky over here running our scoreboard overlay down there on the bottom, and we've got Dalton running back there. He's switching between all the views, and I thank all you guys. I appreciate all you guys for helping out tonight. There's Jaden Caldwell, and it looks like little Orth is in the middle there. We'll give a tackle to Mr. Orth. I can't. What was his name? I got to find. I just remember Orth. Adam Orth, number 64, and Jaden Caldwell picking up a couple tackles there.
That was Ashton No from Andover with the run. They just did a little inside underneath handoff that didn't seem to go anywhere.
Brings up about 3rd and 12 here for the Andover. They've been kind of sticking in this formation, haven't really got out of it at all.
Yep.
They're going to try a little play action pass, a little bootleg here.
And he is over the top and dropped by number 87, Ben Hers. Well, their tight end, their hand in the dirt tight end was dragging across the middle. He was open.
Yeah, he was there.
He was open. That was a good play call and good play design by Andover. It just hit him in his hands. I mean, maybe it's a little cold out there.
It is a little cold.
Get the hands ready.
Brings up about 4th and 12, and it looks like they've got some type of spread punt. We're kind of a tight.
It's like a quick kick.
Quick little rollout. Nice little punt right there. Just going to kick it out of bounds. Going to go out of bounds about the 40. They're not even going to give a chance. Back there for the Falcons was Jaden Hamilton and John Randall. So Coach Jaredet's going to get his first opportunity calling some plays down there as the offensive coordinator. He's back over there with there's a look right there as the Heights Falcons come on. You kind of see Jaredet down there in the lower part of your screen in their red hat. And they've got all sophomore backs, starting with the sophomore quarterback, DJ Dingle. John Randall, a sophomore. He's kind of the left slot back. Number 1 is Adrian Patterson at the right slot. And then junior is R.J. Richard. And they're going to start it right off by giving it to Randall on somewhat of maybe a downhill ISO play. And Randall's going to pick up about 2 yards.
Well, and their leading tackler is Ashton No. And he shut it down in the middle and pushed him back into a bunch of different Andover defenders.
Heights going quick and going to be the toss on the outside. John Randall's got the edge, and he is going to be tripped up.
He is caught up by their starting quarterback, Brady Strauss. Amazing shoestring tackle by Strauss. You don't see that very often. Randall had a head of steam, and that was I'm going to dive and I'm going to swat at somebody's legs, and that worked.
We're going to give, I think it was about 23 yards there on that carry. I thought he was going to go to the house, but what just tripped him up at the last second. Heights going quickly now, and they're in their tight kind of, looks like tight end over here on this side. Running a little bit of veer, going to give it to R.J. Richard. No, they're going to lose.
They're going to lose yards.
They're going to lose yardage right there.
So it looked like number 52 jumped in there, Chandler Goodnight, and told the quarterback good night.
Yeah, he's going to lose.
Put him in the backfield.
Yep, that's the veer right there that they like to run a lot. They're reading the defensive end right there, going to the left side right here. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between the veer and the midline, but that to me it looked kind of like a veer. They were kind of reading the outside defensive end there, and just decided to keep it. And maybe the wrong decision there on that one. Running toss out here on the left side to Adrian Patterson.
It looks like No goes again. I mean, he's their leading tackler for a reason. He plays their middle linebacker position. We're trying to get a read on what they're doing on defense. Pre-game, I looked, and it looked like they were running kind of a 3-3 stack with their outside backers. So their linebackers are stacked behind their D linemen, which it's hard for an offensive lineman to read where their linebackers are going to go.
Now it's almost like a 5-2 right there. There's John Randall on the edge trying to get to the corner. He's going to race around the edge, going to get a little bit. Going to be a couple yards short. We're going to give him about 7.
He's pushed out. He's pushed out by Brandon Reddick, sophomore, number 88. So I'm looking. You have sophomore 88 in the defensive backfield, quarterback, corner. Strauss, number 27 in the defensive backfield, is Ben Davis for Andover. Of course, you have Noah in the middle, and I apologize if you're watching and I'm not pronouncing his name right.
Happens every week. You always get a couple. Here's going for it on 4th and 2.
And let's see if he gets it.
And it's going to be close. I think he's going to be a little bit short. They gave it to Adrian Patterson there, going around the left edge. He's going to pick up 1, but they actually needed 2.
He was met by Goodnight in the hole and just couldn't escape. I'm going to go ahead and read off some the starting offensive line. I got to give the big boys love.
I know. I forgot to do that.
Maddox Bodner is a starting O-lineman. A.J. Piper, Nicholas Parker, Benjamin Hers. We had already said he's a starting tight end. Avery Fonestock, and again Chandler Goodnight. And that's a good run by number 35, Joshua Sparks, for what looks to be a 7-yard gain.
Tackle there by number 53, Sakai Onkar, as he picks up his first tackle. But, yeah, a gain of about 7 yards. They actually got into a little bit different formation that time and just kind of like more of a spread look and just handed it off, but had pretty good push up front. You know, Heights doesn't have a lot of big guys up front. They really rely on their speed. And
looks like they compacted their pistol, and we're just going to run double ISO downhill with Ben Davis. It looks like he's going to gain a yard.
Javon Martin coming from his linebacker spot and picking up he was the first guy there I saw for the Falcons, and he's picking up his second tackle right there. But yeah, bring up about 3rd and 2.
Interesting way they do their offense. So they'll send their center out and they'll send their wide out, and then they jump on the line fast to make sure the defense doesn't have time to adjust.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, you know. And usually, and it's kind of more of a running type of offense right here.
Yes, and
we talked about the quarterback has what you said, about 600 yards or so passing.
Yeah,
they're going to pick up the first down.
First down, and good hard run for about 11 yards for Ben Davis.
Ankar picking up another tackle right there. It looks like Elijah Mosley had the first opportunity on defense for the Falcons and just couldn't make the tackle. And Ankar finished it up, picking up his second tackle there.
Yeah, see, they have about 670 yards passing on the season, but they have about 1,700 yards rushing. So
okay.
They've been able to run the ball.
They like to run the ball. Well, and you were talking about earlier when they played Andover Central, it was only a 7-0 ball game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this could be a really fast game because both teams love to run the football.
Yep. And number 35 comes with that's Sparks again. He's going to get no gain. One thing they did differently, they went sideways.
Yeah, Javon Martin and Sakai Ankor with the tackles right there. Yeah, the last couple of times they've been really gashing the Heights defense by really running downhill and putting the running back behind the quarterback, and that time they had 2 guys on the side, and they're going lateral. Like I said, Heights doesn't have a lot of guys up front that are really big size. They really rely on those speed, and we'll see if Andover kind of realizes that. Maybe they just go right at the Heights defense.
And there's another, it looks like a power play where Sparks is just going to keep his feet moving and gain 2 yards there.
Amarion Wilkins picking up his first tackle of the night,
Davis.
big number 81 for the Falcons.
That was Davis making the carry. It started sideways, but he got downhill fast, followed his H-back, which is like a hybrid fullback tight end that plays in the backfield where a wing used to play. So they're kind of a mixture of a spread and just a downhill team. They have a hand-in-the-dirt tight end to the bottom, and it's going to be a little rollout. He throws it up, and caught by number 3 for a 61-yard touchdown from Strauss to Max Smith.
Well, Jaden Caldwell was right there for the Falcons, putting the pressure on the quarterback, and then the receiver, he almost looked like he got a little bit of a push-off, but nothing called, and they're going to take that for 6 for sure as they jump out to an early lead here. 4:42 remaining in the first quarter.
It might have been a push-off, but if no yellow flag is thrown, it's not a penalty.
That's it.
So it looks like, all right, going back to kick is
42.
Number 42. He's their kicker on everything. Carter Champlain. He's a 5'10" junior, and holding is the person who caught the touchdown pass.
There you go, and that barely gets through. That was about 3 feet over the crossbar right there. So Andover jumping out to a 7-0 lead on the Falcons on a heck of a bootleg pass right there, and a great catch and run as the Andover Trojans jump out to a 7-0 lead here with 4:42 in the first quarter.
All right. Yeah, so that was I think that was a 5.
How long was that pass?
That was a 61-yard touchdown pass. And he just got around and you know, sometimes you throw the ball up and it comes down in the right person's hands.
Well, I was looking at the TV screen as we were doing that, and I was trying to see, you know, Jaden. I was Jaden Caldwell going to get there? Just got there a step too late, and then the referee was right there, did not call the late hit on him. He did kind of take the quarterback to the ground, but it was released it at the right time by that quarterback, and a great catch and run. See if Heights or if Andover is going to kick to the Falcons. Back deep for the Falcons is number 5, John Randall, and number 1, Adrian Patterson, is going to be back deep.
Kicking right now is a little different. It's Raul Silva, and he is going to kick it deep. Might get it to the end zone and let it. Hey, that was a good kick by Silva there through the end zone, to the end zone.
I was wondering is John Randall going to get that. I mean, it looked like it was going to stop right there, but John Randall just decided, you know, all those Andover guys got past all the blockers, and so Randall just kind of let it go in the end zone. Heights is going to take over on the 20, and looks like they're going to take it onto this hash. They like to run, you know, Randall on toss to the open field.
Right,
and we'll see if they do that or they try something else. They've kind of got their tight flex here. The receivers are not really spread out. They're nice and tight. They like to take those receivers and crack on there. And they're going to run a little motion, kind of fake motion going one way and back the other way, and going to give it to R.J. Richard, picking up about 2 yards. R.J. Richard, their junior fullback.
I missed the number on that tackler. So let's go ahead. We're going to go through our D-line. I didn't get to say that. So number
40, 79, 53 it looks like up front.
So 53 is Matthew
Rudy. Man.
Oh, and an errant pitch, and he's
going to save it.
Make something out of nothing there.
Is he going to get the first down? Is he going to be just a yard short? Looks like he's going to be just a yard short. Quarterback DJ Dingle quick pitched it out there to to John Randall, and Randall's going to pick up about six yards there. And, man, it was almost a disaster as he pitched that ball so hard. I don't know if Randall didn't see it, but the ball just bounced off his chest and ran right into the ground.
All right.
And just bounced right back up into Randall's arms.
Well, that's one of those oh, no, okay moments as a coach. All right, they do a toss out to the side and taken down by one of the starting D linemen that I didn't get, Dylan Scarborough. So he was trailing the play and picked that up. So along with him up front, you have number 53 Matthew Rudy and Nicholas Parker, the three guys in the middle, trying to hold down the fort.
That run right there was number 1 for a 13-yard gain was Jaden Hamilton. I'll try to get the starters for the Falcons up front. I know Pancrax Dixon is the center. There's a tackle for loss right there.
And that was good night again. He timed that blitz just right to where he got through. He got through the line before the Heights offensive line got off.
He's going to bring up looks like he lost about three yards. Dylan Depperschmidt, one of their captains, he's up there he's at right tackle. Big number 60, Aaron Meir, is at right guard. I take that back. I think big number 60. Yeah, is Meyer.
All right.
Going to run a little rollout here. And just going to be a little bit off the mark there for John Randall.
I said the only two defensive players I haven't said anything about are the Ian Pogue over number 6 on Andover. He's playing a little linebacker. And Nikhil Pai, who's a sophomore, playing a little linebacker. So,
looks like Meir is left guard. Powell, number 50, Hayden Powell is at right guard. And then at left tackle is number 56, George Hervey, up front for the Falcons. On the receivers, top receiver up there is Caden Clausen. He's also their kicker. And then number 19 down here on this side is Chase Harris. He's the lone receiver who's caught a touchdown pass.
Oh, and it looks like
gonna run a little bootleg.
Little blitz. They had a little blitz called from the backside, and Dingle got to escape. And look who's over there. Good night.
Gonna bring up about 10 yards there, but the problem was they lost so much on that last play. So it's gonna bring up about fourth 4th and 4.
About 4th and 4, and going back deep for the Trojans is Nikhil Pai.
Not sure. Yeah, the guy running our clock, Finsky, he's saying, hey, the clock's not running. The official clock is not running. So our clock should be right, but they haven't ran the clock. It's still sitting at 2:43, and we're under 2 minutes.
What is the penalty here? A legal substitution by Heights.
They got 12 guys out there. It looks like Adrian Patterson, number 1's coming off the field.
Looks like there's a little bit of confusion there.
And, yeah, it should be about 1:51 left to go here in the first quarter. And on the official scoreboard clock, it says 2:43. So we'll hopefully he starts it on this punt. There you go. He starts it. Yeah, so.
We'll adjust. And they bring some pressure.
Oh, what a high punt.
Clausen goes down.
That ball is live. They can get on it. That ball's only going to be about a 10-yard punt there.
Yep. And
was he blocked into it?
He was blocked into him. That's what the official was saying. Because it was, again, I think I'm going to say good night all night. But he was getting pressure on him. They ran into Clausen, and Goodnight looked at the ref. It's like, I didn't touch him. And ref was like, yeah, we know. You were blocked into him.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good crew out there. I recognize those guys. They have a lot of the big games. They do a lot of the indoor games here in Wichita for the Force. So I recognize. I can't remember. Helmer is the white hat right there.
Okay, a little more of a spread look and downhill run from Davis for. Looks like they're going to give him about 2 yards there.
Man, you saw Kedron Whitlock, number 41, flash in there and thought he was going to make a play, but finishing it up there for the Falcon was number 81, Amarion Wilkins, picking up his second tackle.
Well, they actually split their H-back out on that last formation. You don't usually see somebody that thick out there at a wide receiver.
Yeah, at a wide receiver.
So now he's back in the formation. You have a hand in the dirt tight end, and it looks like they're base blocking up front, and he's just going to try to follow his H-back. But, that's another 2-yard gain for.
Looks like Amarion Wilkins with another tackle. I mean, just trying to there's a bunch of guys down there, but Amarion's kind of the last one up there. Picking up his third tackle of the night.
I see some good movement from the left side of that Andover offensive line. No matter the color of jersey, I always appreciate good O-line play.
Well, they're really running the ball well and taking really kind of control of this game. Heights for offense hasn't had the ball very much. We don't really have a stat for time of possession. We don't do that very much. But Andover had definitely been a little cross-buck play action pass here.
And they're going
over the top. Going to be picked off by Jaden Hamilton, number 9. He's returning it. Got it about the 20. See, he's also one of their punt returners. So about a 40-yard interception return for Jaden Hamilton right here at the end of the first quarter.
And that's something you can't do with these dangerous defensive backs for Heights. They're good at finding the ball in the air and then making something happen after. He just kind of threw it up there and hoped for the best like he did on the first pass.
Yeah, Jaden Hamilton was just out in front of him and was in really good position on that play to make that pick and then in the return. He's one of their top returners as well, so you saw him use his speed and return that for about 40 yards. And here's the Falcons and see what they can do for the last 50 seconds, and they're going to run outside toss to Jaden Hamilton, the other Hamilton. There we go. I'm sorry, Adrian Patterson. My fault.
Yeah, you know from that middle linebacker position takes a good angle and knocks him out of bounds. You can tell what Heights is trying to do. They're seeing they can't get too much working in the middle because that's what Andover's decided they want to take away. So let's attack the edges.
Going to bring up about 1st and 10 here, going at about the 40. Inside veer to R.J. Richard, going to give him the ball. He's going to pick up about 3.
And he was collected by that big Nicholas Parker in the middle, 6'3", 250 O-line, D lineman.
There's a good look right there. Those guys up front for the Trojans. There's Pancrack Dixon, number 67, looking over there. George Hervey, 56. Aaron Meyer, number 60. And Hayden Powell, number 50. Good look at those offensive lineman guys up front. Going outside toss to John Randall.
So it looks like, and you know, good night again. Slows them up a little bit, allows for his DBs to come over.
Going to be just a little bit short. I think he's going to pick up about 5 yards on that play, but it's just going to be about maybe a yard short.
Let's see,
and yeah, we got about 3 seconds left. This quarter should be over if the clock guy would have ran it the right way, but he forgot to start the clock for at least a play.
Come on, Dale.
We can get on our guy because this is our stadium, but the ball ran out of bounds right there, so the clock does stop here. So this will be the last play of the first quarter. 3rd and 2, a big play here for the Falcons. Going to run a little counter.
And it is met in the backfield.
Going to be blown up. They're going to lose a yard.
Met in the backfield by number 30. What? 35 was it Sparks? And yeah, met in the backfield by Sparks and cleaned up by Ashton. No.
And here's the Heights Pommies in the end zone for a little dance. Gonna bring up a little bit of a decision here for the Falcons. Are they gonna go for it on 4th and 4? They lost about a yard right there, and or are they gonna kick a field goal?
Well,
looks like they're gonna go for the field goal here.
I mean, you have a kicker who has the leg to do it.
Yeah, Caden Clausen has a pretty good leg over with him. He's made quite a few of the extra points. He's got 29 to 31 from extra point. He's got. I guess I didn't write down his field goals. I wrote down a punt. I guess I didn't write down his field goals, just wrote down the extra points. I believe he's made a 40-yard field goal in the last game against South. It was about a 40-yard field goal that he had there. And this one's going to be about 32 yards.
And Andover's geared up to get it.
And he just pulls it left. No good. Yanks it left. So Andover will take the ball. It's not like the NFL where they get the ball wherever they kicked it from. In high school, if the ball goes into the end zone, it just comes back out to the 20-yard line. So missed opportunity there for the Falcons as he just misses the 32-yard. Had the leg, just was right from the get-go. It was off the mark there.
Just a bit outside.
Yes.
And I never kicked it. I've never kicked a ball in my life. How does the cold weather affect that ball?
It's hard. It makes the ball hard. I was down there pregame as we were finishing up practice, and we were on the field, and I picked up one of those balls, and it was just cold. I had to make sure I got my hands a little moist to try to get a grip on the ball, but throwing it wise. But when you're kicking it, it's a hard ball.
All right, downhill and it looks like number 30. For a gain of about 3. Just going downhill. That was a double ISO.
Picking up tackle there. I'm going to give it to 21, Javon Martin, and 44, Jaden Caldwell. Kind of an assist right there. Those two guys met him at about the same time. Going to bring up about 2nd and 8 for the Trojans. Really thought we'd see a little bit more offense from the Heights Falcons, but Andover defense. We talked about it before the pregame about their number 1 defensive team. Oh, here's a great play right there. Nice tackle in the backfield for the Falcons. Big number 41, Kedron Whitlock.
Loss of 3 for Sparks there.
Whitlock busted through earlier and missed a tackle, but he did not let that one go. and they're going to end up losing a couple of yards there, about 3rd and 9 now.
And here's the deal. We haven't seen a whole lot of Heights offense because Andover's been doing this.
Yes.
So they've been doing a great job at controlling the ball. They're not snapping the ball until there's 5 or so seconds left in the play clock. They've had run 2 plays, and they've already burnt 2 minutes almost.
Yeah. Well, and then they snapped the ball right there with 1 second on the play clock, and they're just going to run a little rollout.
And it is caught. Is it caught?
They're going to say it is a catch.
Yeah, it is caught for a gain of 10.
To number 3.
Number 3, Max Smith. He's the one that had the 61-yard touchdown catch earlier.
Number 8, Davion Ware, was right there on the play, but just couldn't make it. But that was a great ball by the quarterback and a great spot as he threw that ball. And what a catch for a first down.
Yeah, because he was highly contested to get that ball. Like, he was covered very well.
Yeah. Davion Ware was right there. Just the great throw and catch in the right spot.
All right, we have a little fake, and it looks like Strauss is going to run for about 5 yards.
Tackle right there, Isaiah Yehuda, number 30, as he came in there and made the play. He gets his first tackle of the night. Isaiah Yehuda, he's the lone guy kind of leading the Falcons in interceptions. He has 2 interceptions, 31 tackles on the season right now. And there was about 4 or 5 other guys with 1 interceptions. I just wrote Yehuda because he had 2. So whoever gets one of the others interceptions, we'll see if they can get up on that list.
Downhill, here it is again, another downhill hard run for 4-yard gain for, is that No again?
Got to be. He's there almost every time. Him a good night.
Yeah.
Jaden Caldwell on the tackle for the Falcons there, number 44. He was the first guy I saw that made that play. Going to bring up about 3rd and 2. And Andover just using their size, in my opinion, to kind of push the Heights Falcons back a little bit.
They're getting great power up front. I have not seen a pulling guard yet.
Just keeping it simple. Just going right at us.
Base blocking and going forward.
There's a 4-man front for the Falcons.
And No runs it, and he actually gets pushed. There's a 4-yard gain for No, and just running downhill and going.
Yeah. Tackle right there, number 21, Javon Martin, picking up another tackle. He's got 5 on the night to lead the Falcons.
And like I said, I haven't seen a pull. I haven't seen too much complicated stuff up front for Andover, but it's effective. Tell you what, if you can get your O-linemen to come off the ball like they are, they're coming off low, they're driving their feet, and then you have so many blocking backs. If you can get a back to block as well as you're getting them right now, there's no reason to do anything else. Oh, so a trap play. So they did a quarterback trap play for a 2-yard gain.
Good read right there by Javon Martin from his linebacker spot. He's really eyeing that quarterback on that, and they pulled somebody and tried to get those guys outside, and they just didn't go with it. And Javon Martin is reading his keys, which is those pulling guards, but he's got to keep his eye on the quarterback. That makes a great play as he picks up his 6th tackle of the night.
Well, what they did is they released a D lineman. They pulled the backside guard and trapped him. So he's getting released, get a free release to the quarterback. I'm going to make a tackle, and it gets hit in the side by a guard. So we have a drop back pass. We have No who's running a wheel route. Going to run for a
pass there.
So about a 36-yard pass play from Strauss to No. And No was just coming out of the backfield. He ran a wheel out of the backfield.
And Elijah Mosley was just back there like he was backpedaling, like trying to catch a punt or something, and the ball just went over his head. I don't, you talk about ball skills and reading the ball. He didn't get a good read on that one for sure, as the ball just went right over his head. And
like I said, No just came out of the backfield on a wheel, and you think maybe they saw him late. So now you have Davis coming downhill, going to run hard and going to get 2 more yards. So that's Davis running for another 2.
Sakai Ancor picking up another tackle. He's got 4 on the night. Big number 53 in there. Sakai Ancor, a 6 foot, 245-pound senior, and made a pretty good play right there. He had a solo tackle. It was all to himself on that play right there. Brings up about 2nd and 8 here for Andover.
All right, we have a little bit of a
Crossbuck
play with No, who gains about 9 yards there for another first down.
Isaiah Yehuda, number 30, picking up the tackle there from his safety spot for the Falcons. And Andover, are they going to give him the first down? Going to be 1st and goal here, just inside the 10.
Yep, so first and goal from the 9. So.
Yep, he's just inside there. So, man, and this quarter is just flying by right now.
So
I mean, it's already.
Andover has held the ball for 6 minutes and 30 seconds because they just.
That's right. We haven't had the ball at all in this quarter.
They came out of the Heights came out of the quarter and kicked a field goal, and then we have Davis down again, going to run the ball for 6 more yards. Again, running downhill, following the blockers, eating this clock. So by the time they snap this ball, it should be well under 5 minutes left.
Amarian Wilkins picking up the tackle there for the Falcons. He's got 4 on the night now. Going to bring up about 2nd and 4 or 5. Looks like 2nd and 4 just outside the 4-yard line there. Yeah, I mean, every time Andover has wasted as much time as they possibly can. They're trying to slow the clock down as much as they can, and they've done an excellent job here. Just giving it to their running back right up the middle.
And then No just goes ahead for another, 2-yard gain.
Yep. He's
2-yard gain. I was talking with Coach Dusenberry. He told me one of his keys to the game on offense, and this is his words right here. Have to be able to get first down, control time of possession, and keep their high-powered offense off the field.
And that's exactly what they've done right now.
Yeah. So
their defense has really been, hampering our offense. We haven't been able to do much on the offensive side of the ball, and they have done an excellent job of just controlling that clock and moving it down. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 3 here. See if Heights can make a play to make a stop.
And what they did is they tried to get him to jump off sides.
Okay, they're going to call a timeout, it looks like.
Because that play clock was going down, and I think they just want to get as much off the time off the clock as possible.
Here's a good shot of the Heights cheerleaders right now as they're cheering in between this timeout right now. And there was the Heights cheerleaders led by Coach Trista Rusk down there in the front rows or on the first couple lanes of the track. And here going to be a 3rd and goal just in between about the 2 and 3 yard line. Andover just did a pretty good job right there of trying to get the Falcons to jump off sides. They didn't, called the timeout. We got 4:04 remaining here in the first quarter. See if Andover can put this one in.
And No with the run, which is and what are they going to give it to him? No,
they're going to say he's down.
They are putting him down at the 1-inch line, it looks like, for a 2-yard gain for No.
Tackle right there by number 55, Shamon Webb. First time I called his name. But, yeah, he just kind of leaned in there, and I think they're going to say the knee was down. I think he kind of got the ball to go in the end zone, but the knee was down before it was actually there. And they're going to go for it, 4th down and 1.
The only good thing this is for Andover is it keeps Heights' offense off the field. And they're going to do a sneak with Strauss for a touchdown, Andover.
Quarterback sneak right there as they're going to go up by 13.
1-yard touchdown run by the sophomore quarterback. So again, they got to the line of scrimmage right out of the huddle. Heights, they were waiting to get ready, and the thing about Andover's offense is they jump in the huddle, out of the huddle, onto the ball, and get going. So
yeah, and I don't know if they had a guy sitting right over the center or not, but they They didn't get that stop on the quarterback sneak, and here's the extra point to go up by 14.
And it is good.
Oh my gosh, I was like, how did he get that ball in there? But it actually just scooted in the left upright right there, and Andover is up to a 14-0 lead.
So that's an 80-yard. An 80-yard, if I do my math right, so 12 minus 3, 8 minute and 39-second drive.
Yeah. Taking off, yeah, scoring, and then when you score on that, even better. You know what I'm saying? So now Heights is going to get the ball. Let's see what they can do on Andover. If they're going to give us a chance to return this, or what they're going to do. But Heights really needs to try to answer something here before the end of the half. And see what hopefully we can get a return and get some plays here and get a few points on the board before we end this half down 14-0 here on a Thursday chilly night here at Heights Stadium. No wind at all, flag not moving at all. Thank goodness, because if you had the wind blowing tonight, it'd have been a nice cool night for sure.
I think it's quite pleasant.
I got my coat on a little bit. I'm not too bad. My fingers are a little cold, but other than that, I'm not too bad.
Well, first year in a long time I'm not on a sideline, and typically I wear shorts no matter what.
Here's John Randall trying to sneak through.
And you have good gang tackling after he. Okay.
He was just a couple guys away from slipping through that, and he went right up in the middle there. He's going to stay on the field right there. Him and Adrian Patterson just on the return team, and they're going to stay out there and see what they can do here from about the 38-yard line.
Again, you have Andover's defense, who it looks they've played extremely well tonight.
Well, they got 8 guys in the box.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? They've got the free safety free, though. They're probably playing man from the outside, keeping a look on those. They're blitzing right there in front of it. There's R.J. Richard from about a 3-yard gain right there. So as soon as they went to motion, they blitzed that play side linebacker.
Well, and their back, here you go. Their backside outside linebacker is going to shift up, which is going to cause their front side linebacker to blitz, and their backside middle linebacker to fill the hole that he leaves. So it's a sound scheme to play somebody who does this, because you're still going to have somebody ready for that backside counter.
It's just if you can get it right, and they're going to call a false start, I believe, on the Falcons.
Is it going to be false start? Yep. So let's see what the white hat says. False start.
All right.
So,
well, I don't know if you can hear it. I sure can hear it. I can hear Coach Moss down there screaming at the defense right down in front of us, and we've got our microphone up there, up top, and I can sure hear him for sure in my headsets. I'm trying to concentrate on the game, and I just want to look at him. Here's DJ on a little bootleg, and I'm not sure who he's throwing to.
Are they going to say number 3 was right there? Because number 53. Yeah, Rudy was right in his face. So.
Yeah, you know what?
They're going to say he was a receiver technically.
And he was in the general area. But you know what, right there, that's a smart play by a sophomore that in the past we've seen him kind of throw the ball into some bad situations. And he learned to live to play another down. That's instead of trying to force something right there and getting a turnover, because you don't want to be a turnover down here with Andover possibly scoring and making this the score even worse before the half. He just throws it away. And now they've got 3rd and 12, not what the Heights Falcons like to see, and they're just going to run a little
pitch, and it looks like 53 again, goes ahead and cleans it up, and that's Rudy.
Going to be about 7 yards there for the Falcons for John Randall.
All right, and it's.
Looks like they're going to bring up the punt team. You have to. On this side of the field here, you don't want to give Andover the ball, and it's going to be 4th and 4. But
that's a good call, because you know what, Andover isn't a very high-powered offense. They're a grind-out offense. We're and that's why they went for it. So they went for the block, and that returner, number 41, is going to pick it up to see what he can do. That was a very gutsy play by him. That's Nikhil Pai, a sophomore. He might get a few words from the coach over there.
You know,
you gotta let that go.
That one right there, you just don't know, because if you let that one go, that's a possibility of that ball was bouncing that way. Heights guy was right there. That could have easily gone down to the 1 or 2 yard line. Heights would have downed it right there. So maybe he did make the right decision, and they're going to get it about the 12-yard line, it looks like, right here. If I'm Andover, I'm just trying to make sure if I can get at least one down here or one first down. Heights still has all their timeouts, so Heights might be taking a couple timeouts to see if they can't get the ball back here at least one time before the half.
Yep, and they just give it.
There it is. There's the timeout there by Dingle, just like I was talking about. He's probably going to take his timeouts.
They just gave it to Davis for a 2-yard run there.
So timeout for the Falcons, and they're probably with a minute. Where are we at on the clock? It says timeout on our scoreboard. It says 1:31 officially on the scoreboard, and it's going to bring up about 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9 or so. And there's the cheerleaders. We'll turn the microphone up on the cheerleaders and let you listen to them for a minute.
All right, we're back at it. That was good from the cheer. We're going to go back at it. It's 2nd and 8. We'll see what adjustments were made. Like I said, like you said, I think Andover needs to just try to work the clock and
I'd be very surprised if they try to pass the ball here. I think they're going to just continue to run it, maybe run that quarterback counter or something like that. See, they're going to lose a couple more yards right there.
Yep,
Tackle up front by Adam Orth, big number 64. And there's Coach Dingle. Coach Dingle calling another timeout. Adam Orth picking up his 2nd tackle.
Joshua Sparks was the ball carrier on that one. So
Maybe we get a close-up shot of the Heights, the huddle there on the side. Can we get that? There's a good huddle, and then maybe get you get a shot over there of Andover. And so there's Coach Moss right there, in the red hat, the defensive coordinator for the Falcons, as he's coaching them up. And there's another shot there of. Can you tell which one the coaches are? I'm not sure any of those coaches over there for Andover.
Well, Coach Duesenberry's the one in the huddle right now talking to him.
Kind of got the visor on there and the vest.
Coach
Okay.
Duesenberry's the head coach. This is his first-year head coach. He was a head coach at Garland Plain the last 5 years.
Okay.
Came back to Andover this year. This is his first year. He's having pretty good success in his first year at Andover. His defensive coordinator, who's been doing a really good job, has been in Andover for the last 5 years. That's Dustin Murray.
Heights has one more timeout, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 with 1:28 here in the first half. Andover probably going to make them use that last timeout here on this one here.
Okay,
if they don't get the first down, they're not going to pick up the first down. Heights is going to call another timeout. There it is by Coach Dingle. Javon Martin picking up the tackle.
That's another 3-yard gain by Sparks there. And it looks like they're going to, go to the timeout and let's see some of the other offensive coaches for Andover. You have Rick Lee, who helps coach the offense. He coaches the backs and quarterbacks. He's been coaching a long time, and he's also been an arena football coach. And then
Yep, he's one of the coaches for the Wichita Force.
Yes.
Coached me when I played for the Wild back in the day. Yep.
You played for the Wild?
I played for the Wild.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
You did? We never talked about that yet.
Well, who was your quarterback?
That was me.
Okay.
John Wise was the quarterback. One of the assistant coaches at Andover at one point was out there, and I can't remember his name. He was a quarterback for the Wild as well. He was at Andover for a long time, And but I played for the Wild for 3 years, and played 1 year for the Aviators, and then 2 years for the Wild. It was back before the Force was around.
See, that's why I asked. You know, you asked me. We talked earlier about what I did before I became a teacher. Wise and Associates.
Yes,
John
Wise. Yep.
Yes.
Here's a return for
looks like there's
Jaden
a little bit
Hamilton.
of a crease there, and you know, just goes out of bounds. Good coverage by Andover to force him and use that other extra defender called the sideline.
Ball going out there about the 46-yard line. Yeah, John Wise was a quarterback my very first year when I played for the Aviators. We actually played in the old ice arena downtown.
Yes, yeah, I remember those games. I went
to
those games.
They actually seriously just put turf straight on top of the ice, right, and played those games.
So then you played with Kelly Sianajad.
Yes, Kelly Sianajad. Yep, he was one of my offensive linemen.
Yep, Sean McGinnis.
Yep.
So, oh yeah, Kelly was the head coach that gave me my first shot at coaching.
Yeah, over at North.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, we have a pitch and tackle, and I'm going to give that tackle to Strauss, even though he kind of just waited for it, but he held on to dear life.
Yeah, Adrian Patterson with the 2-yard gain right there, and gonna bring up now. Heights cannot stop the clock, so they used all their timeouts there on defense, and they got to get lined up real quick and try to go again. They're going to run toss on the outside to Randall. See if he can't find a crease, but just Andover's been able to stop it.
Well, it's good. It's good from Ashton No, their leading tackler he just knows how to weave in and out of that traffic and get to that running back.
Heights has got to be hurry up mode for sure. Under 30 seconds now. Gonna keep it for Dingle. Just couldn't get it out of there. Looking for maybe the pull pitch. Just couldn't happen as Andover just stuffs it up front.
Well, and it was number 10, big number 10, Dylan Scarborough, 6 foot 225 senior.
I think they're just gonna let the clock run out here. Don't want to have a turnover here, and they're gonna end the half like this.
Yeah, well, Scarborough blew up the mesh. That's what it was.
Yes.
He was the read guy. He was able to blow up that mesh, and just get where he needed to get.
Well, Heights is really going to have to try to turn this thing around and get something figured out as they're down 14-0 here at the half. There's Coach Dingle trying to rally up the troops here, and we'll take a little halftime break, and we'll come back at the end of the half.
Ladies and gentlemen, your halftime entertainment is provided by the Wichita High Comics. We'll be performing routines sung by Britney Spears, Circus. The dance is choreographed by senior captain Morgan Rodriguez, junior captain Jillian Taylor, and junior captain Andre Carter. Enjoy the show.
All right, welcome back here from the second half. We got about 4:58, and we've got a few highlights here from last week's game against Wichita South, and we're going to play those highlights right now.
Pistol since week 1 against North, and looks like
Coming up,
back,
yeah, go ahead.
Huggins gets about a yard.
Coming up hard for the tackle is number 8 for the Falcons. That's Davion Ware playing a little bit of cornerback down there. I'm pretty sure that was number 8, or is that number 9?
It looks like 9.
9. That's Jaden Hamilton with the tackle.
All right, let me see. And my favorite group is the O-lineman, of course. So Brendan Vatch, 6'1" senior. Carlos Sosa, 6 foot junior. And another run right behind that big O-line, and the ball pops out.
As Height's going to have it, I think they got it. They kind of pointed the other direction, trying to see who picks up that fumble.
Watson came down from his safety spot to get that. You see that South is really overcommitting to stop the run because of what Heights does. They typically run a spread out 3-4, and they have just brought everybody down into the box playing man on the outside.
Almost looks like a 4-3 look right there. And here is a run right here, going to go to the end zone. Number 1, Adrian Patterson, for a 24-yard touchdown.
With power plays, with speed options. So now we have trips left, and he's stepping back. You have a little bit of a wheel route to clear out, and he throws an interception.
It's going to be picked off. Who is that?
To number 7.
Defense is going to score for the Falcons, number 7, Jaden Okoro, who makes those fouls.
Right.
And Heights is coming back out here in that really tight flex look. Going to run toss outside to Randall. And he's going to take it to the house on the first play. Touchdown. We got a holding penalty.
It looks like
I got a flag back.
Again, you have the hand in the dirt tight end. You have a wing or an H-back look with a pistol. And
there's Shamon Webb with a heck of a play, and he just throws him to the ground. He's going to get excited with his teammates. But what a play right there by Shamon Webb, playing some defensive line, 5'8", 205 senior, and he just shot through there. And I'm probably going to go midline here. ISO right up the gut. Here's John Randall breaking it out because you never know when he might go. He's trying to get to the edge, going to stay in bounds. 29 yards. So that was the first half of the highlights, 20-0 there in the first half against South. And Heights goes on in the second half and puts a few more points on them, and we'll play the second half of those highlights right now as well.
Giving DJ an easy read.
And they're going to go straight drop back and go over the top at the back of the end zone, just off the fingertips of Adrian Patterson. Pretty good ball right there, and they're going to give Caden Clausen, I think I heard him say field goal, or are they going to go for it? No, they're going to.
It looks like Dingle's coming out of the game, so. And Clausen's going in. Does he kick off a block, or does he kick off the grass?
I don't know. Do we have a close shot of that, Braden? Braden's got somewhat of a close shot. Do we have a close shot right there that we can show the kicker?
Yeah, go to the kicker.
There he is right there. I don't know if.
I think he kicks off the grass.
I think he likes to kick off the grass. I think, he really wants to play college football, and they don't allow that in the college ranks. And there's a good look at it. R.J. Richard is holding for him. And we'll see if we can't he's going to try a 40-yard field goal.
And they're not putting anybody really up front on South, and they're just trying to make sure no one does anything stupid. And it's a good
40-yard field goal for Caden Clausen. That's his longest of the year. He had a 24-yarder. His only other field goal, he was 1 for 3, and he nails it from 40 yards off the turf. No kicking tee for him.
I'm saying that is important. You're saying is because they don't allow a tee in college. He wants to kick in college. The benefit of the block is it gets the ball up off the ground, gives you an advantage. But sometimes it's a kicker's worst nightmare because their holder misses the block.
This was a snap over the head of the quarterback.
Yep. So yeah, the only points for the Aces in that first half was a gaff. And John Randall catches it on the run, and that is not what you want to see if you're a Titan.
To the house for John Randall. Picking it up at about the 35-yard. He just catch that thing on the run. That's a heck of a catch right there for John Randall. I'm going to give him about a 35-yard punt return for a touchdown. Heck of a run and catch there by John Randall. Is he getting a little love by Dylan Depperschmidt throwing him up in the air, and Coach Dingle right there. There's Coach Moss running into him as he comes off the sideline, getting some love from everybody else. John Randall going in motion, and they're going to come back with a counter. Adrian Patterson with the 11-yard touchdown run. So 11 yards right there for Adrian Patterson picking up a TD. That's his second touchdown of the night. Had a 24-yard touchdown run, and that's what you get. I mean, toss outside to Randall. We've been doing that all night long, and next thing you know, you kind of fake the toss, but you really never fake the toss. You're just putting him in motion. Might as well try that one more time. It worked last time. Might give you a 4th and 1. They're just going to go for it and run toss to Randall on the outside.
I think
John Randall makes a heck of a move, and he's going to get in the. And here we are back from the highlights of that South game there, and Heights had a pretty good game that week. And ended up beating Southeast last week down there at Southeast. We did not get any highlights of that game because we didn't live stream it. Planned to be, but all of a sudden they changed it at the last minute and played over down there. And now we're looking at the Andover Trojans right now with a 14-0 lead in the first half. And looking at some of the stats for the Falcons, I mean, they rushed the ball quite a bit during the regular season, and they've got, John Randall is averaging over 100 yards, almost 150 yards a game. And right now he's got 47 yards. Adrian Patterson's got 38. Their fullback's got 3 carries for 8 yards, and DJ Dingle, he's got 5 yards, and one of them was a negative 3-yard play. So we have not passed the ball at all. Really, the lone highlight for the Falcons have been an interception there by Jaden Hamilton. they threw it up. Andover threw it up, and Jaden Hamilton ran underneath it and returned the ball about 40 yards. And really, that's kind of the only highlight that the Heights has had on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball. But Andover, man, they have just been controlling the clock. They have been using their size and just coming right at the Falcons.
Yeah, and these aren't impressive numbers at all, but the fact that they, like that first drive in the second quarter, it was an 8-minute and 39-second drive.
Yeah.
That's how you control the ball. That was one of Dusenberry's keys for his offense, control the ball. Strauss, the sophomore, number 2, he's 3 for 7 with 107 yards passing with a touchdown and an interception. That touchdown went to Smith. He has 2 catches for 71, and the other receiver is Ngo with a 36-yard pass. Running the ball, they've had Davis, who's carried most of the plays for nine carries for 27 yards. You have Ngo, who has been 7 for 22. Sparks is 5 for 5 yards, and Strauss, who's 4 carries for 11 yards and a touchdown. So they've been controlling the ball on offense. Of course, not gaudy numbers, but when you play like this, you don't have to have gaudy numbers
you don't
to
have
be
to,
effective.
yeah, because they've just been getting first down after first downs. I'm not sure how many first downs we don't have that stat, but they've got a lot of first downs here in this first half, and they've just been moving the chains, running the clock, taking control of the ball, and not giving the high-powered offense of the Falcons an opportunity. And that's kind of been the story of the game here for Coach Dingle and Coach Jarrett out over there on the offensive side of the ball, as Andover has really just kind of taken it to the Falcons. And
Dusenberry's defensive keys to the game was, be gap and assignment sound, and against the number 1 rushing team in 5A. They know Heights can run the football.
Yeah.
But they realize that if they're assignment sound, they're where they need to be, and they scrape when they need to scrape. They tackle when they need to tackle. That's what they're going to do.
Well, Heights is going to get the ball here this starting off this second half, so we'll see what they've got going on here and see if they can get a return back there for Jaden Hamilton, number 1, and number 5, John Randall, back deep for the Falcons. And
kicking off is Raul Silva again. The last time he kicked off, well, not the last time, the first time he kicked off, he kicked it in the end zone, I believe.
Are we going to stop the music for the game?
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Finally stopped it.
All right, gets it. Little pooch kick. Tried to help out his coverage downfield. And
Jaden Hamilton right there, number 9. He's the one with the return or the interception in the game. He returns it about 15 yards there on the opening kickoff. They're going to try to stay away from John Randall, not let him have any more opportunities than he's already got running the ball.
Well, I don't blame him.
And so it's going to be about, looks like first down about the 32-yard line for the Falcons heading to the south. Again, no wind, nice chilly night here for this high school Thursday night football game. Bad thing I always hated about Thursday night football games, you got to go to school tomorrow. Man. Or at least you got to get up and go to class. For now we don't have we have to go to school, but we've got to get up and log onto your computer and be there for roll. So there's a good run right there for Jaden Hamilton, picking up about 7 yards there in the.
We'll get the tackle. It's a combination between Strauss and Ngo. So Strauss grabbed him and Ngo cleaned him up.
Heights kind of in their flex the offense there. 2 slots receivers down here to this side. One of them's covered up, so more of a blocking way. And there's going to be just a yard short for R.J. Richard. He's going to pick up about 2.5. He needed 3.
Well, he ran into a wall of white shirts there. Strong defensive line performance today so far. Not getting pushed too much up front. You usually see, with this offense, you usually see them wearing on defense about this time, but they haven't been on the field as much.
Yeah, they haven't. Let's see what they can do here. They got a little front shift up front.
Little stem up front to maybe confuse the blocking schemes. And
John Randall with a good cut right there. He's going to pick up about 10 yards there on that carry.
Yep, it took about 4 Andover players to get him down there.
He just makes a good cut. You know what I'm saying? He's like he's not a really big guy. I think he's like 6 foot. Let's see exactly what it says on the roster here for John Randall. I mean, it says 6 foot 175. and he just fits in those holes at the right spot, puts the foot in the ground, and he can get vertical whenever he needs to. And he's not afraid to take a big hit.
Well, and that makes the difference. Anybody can be fast and big and strong. It's just having those football instincts. And it looks like Goodnight comes in again. Is either Goodnight or no? I think that was Matthew Rudy.
Well, that was DJ Dingle. They were trying to run the veer right there. He's going to end up losing two. Probably misread that one, and misread it just a little bit, and kept it, and didn't get the fullback the ball. So.
Oh, it looks
Going to bring up second and
like
12.
They have a trips formation. Heights has a trips formation, but it looks like that wide receiver's covered up.
Yeah, probably going to go
inside.
fullback toss to the field. There's a name we haven't called right there, but a pretty good run.
And Strauss takes him down by the sideline.
Number 12, Mr. Lafayette Washington.
So again, what they did is they put trips out there, but that inside receiver was on the line of scrimmage. What they were doing is they're just getting more blockers out in front, and it looked like Andover was going to press that inside receiver. I don't know if they had that, they wanted to do that or not.
They're going to go the other way now. Toss out there to John Randall. He's going to fit in the gap there and going to pick up about 7.
Again,
so Lafayette Washington had about a 8-yard gain there, and then John Randall picking up 7. So Heights got a little bit of momentum right now. Just got a first down right there with those big guys up front with Pancraft Dixon, number 67. Mr. Depperschmidt there, 52. Aaron Meyer, number 60. And looks like they're going to huddle up. They've been calling plays from the wristbands and doing that, but all of a sudden they huddle up. Sometimes when you got wristbands and you huddle up like that, sometimes you might be looking for a special play here. So let's see what Coach Jarrett has got dialed up. And a little play action pass maybe he don't have on the on there. There's Chase Harris with a nice throw and catch, and he's going to take a little bit of run. Going to go down to about the 10.
And it looks like Strauss and Pye end up getting that tackle.
First pass there of the game goes for about 18 yards for DJ Dingle and Chase Harris.
Heights seem to find something at halftime that they think is going to work. So we'll see what Andover can do.
Going to go toss outside to John Randall. They just kind of push it out there. John Randall's going to lower his shoulder, see what he can get.
And he runs into a bunch of white shirts and
picks up about 4 for John Randall. Started the first half with 47 yards. So he's up in the 60s now with his first couple of runs. There's a good look at all the Falcons taking a look at their wristband. They've been calling plays most of the night from the wristband, and then when I said that they huddled up, they actually did call something a little special, a little play action pass.
So it looks like you have trips again, but
going to go fullback toss again to the left,
probably,
just like they did earlier.
Yeah, and they put the quick guy Lafayette out there.
He's going to get into the end zone, Mr. Lafayette Washington for a touchdown. Number 12 with his first touchdown. Lafayette is a 5'7", 140-pound sophomore, and he's excited about getting in the end zone. And Heights kind of gets a little bit of momentum back as they score their first touchdown of the night.
Again, they had that wide receiver over, and that inside wide receiver was covered. So you got to think he's there to block instead of pass.
Yeah, definitely there to block. When you cover somebody up, if you're trying to fool the referees, you're probably not. Especially this crew is a good crew there, led by Mr. Helmer, and Heights really needs this extra point.
And they have the right person to do it.
And he is going to nail the extra point. Missed the field goal earlier, but Caden Clausen's going to get this score within 7. And there's Coach Dingle right there celebrating those big guys up front. And senior captain there, number 52, Dylan Depperschmidt. And now they're going to have to try to see if they can get a stop. And Heights is really feeling a little bit right now. Maybe they're, Heights they don't have a lot of guys that go two ways. So they have a lot of guys that only play one side of the football. And you look over there on the Andover side, there's just not a lot of guys on the sideline. And maybe it's starting to wear down a little bit. And Andover might be getting a little bit tired here in the second half, and Heights really took it to them right there in that first drive.
Well, they do have a lot of two-way players. I'm saying the same name on both sides of the ball right now.
You have been.
You know, if you play your best 11, that's the deal. I mean,
and you hope you have the best 22.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we did for the longest time coaching here at Heights. We wanted to make sure we had the best 22 guys out there on the field because we knew that in a high school game, playing both ways, playing both sides of the ball is so hard. And, you know, that colleges don't do it. The NFL guys don't do it. And if we can start it right now as a high school player, you know, that's exactly what we want to try to do, and it really has been beneficial. There's Caden Clausen with the kick, and he's going to put it into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, and then, well, and especially at a 5A, 6A level, you can get away. You have to do it at a 3A, a 2A level.
Yeah, you don't have
4A level. 5A, 6A, you should, in theory, be going.
If you can have if you can have 100 guys out for football, you know, ninth grade through seniors, you should be able to get 20 guys or so that you can play one side of the ball, you know, 11 on offense, 11 on defense, or sometimes, you know, 10, maybe one or two guys play both ways. But
see what helps Andover though right now is the way their offense is going. Oh, and they're pulling. That's a little power. They pulled that backside guard, and it looked like who's running downhill. But yeah, what helps them is when they're doing this offense the way they are, they're not snapping the ball till 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And you're getting a lot of rest in between plays.
Tackled there by number 64, Adam Worth, and number 8, I don't think I've called his name, Davion Ware with his first tackle as well.
And I said no, run the ball there. That was Sparks, actually.
Here's Andover with the kind of the stretch outside.
Little stretch for another 4-yard gain, and that was Davis with his stretch, with a stretch play. But again, they're eating up the entire play clock, which it helps to keep Heights' offense off the field. It gives these players a chance to refresh in between plays. I love ball control defense. One of my favorite games I ever went to. I'm a Nebraska fan. Nobody out there on YouTube hate me for that, but I'm a Nebraska fan. One of the best games I went to was 2 years ago when we played Michigan State, and it looks like they're going to give that a first down.
Javon Martin was in the backfield for the stop, but he just didn't have enough lead behind him to make that stop. And
they're going to give first down there.
Yeah, they're going to give him a first down. But Javon Martin with another tackle. He's up to 8 tackles. I missed the tackle there on the last time. It was Elijah Mosley. Elijah Mosley is their second leading tackler on the season with 35. And he, on that last play, he just picked up his first tackle of the night.
Again, my favorite game was Michigan State, Nebraska. It was a 9-6 game. It was in negative.
Quarterback with the keeper on that one.
With a 3-yard gain. That's Strauss running for another 3 yards. It had a negative 10-degree wind chill. It was snowing. I'm a glutton for punishment, but every play counted.
No thanks, man. Hey, right there. I haven't called number 7 for the Falcons. Jaden Okoro picking up his first tackle.
So Andover comes out, and again, they're playing. They're doing it just like they did in the first half. We're gonna bleed the play clock down. We're gonna get on schedule, which means you want to get a good gain on first down, maybe 4 or 5 yards. And it looks like they're gonna pull that backside guard, and you're gonna get 4 more yards. And let's see who.
Sakai Ancor and Jaden Caldwell with the tackles there for the Falcons. Sakai picking up his fifth tackle. And Jaden Caldwell picking up his 4th.
That's with another run. Yeah, like I said, you want to stay on. You're going to stay on schedule. You want to get 4 yards on first down, get 4 yards on second down, then 3rd and 2.
Yeah, that's exactly what they've got right here. They've got a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 right now. So if they just get the same thing they did in the first 2 downs, in theory, you should get first downs every 3rd down.
Right.
Keep the ball. Oh, they're going to go a little play action pass. They're looking.
Throws it up to number 87, and it is over top of his head. And
Elijah Mosley and Jaden Okoro was there on the defensive side for the Falcons.
He threw the ball to Ben Hur.
And Are they going to probably punt, or are they going to go for it here on their end?
Well, it looks like their quarterback's coming out of the game. They're going to end up punting.
They have the kind of a weird a punt formation, not a normal traditional punt formation. They have the punter's only about 8 yards back. There's a good look at it right there, only about 8 yards back. Heights is going to put 2 guys back there, Jaden Okoro.
And he does a little bit of a rugby run out.
There's Jaden Hamilton's going to get it. He's going to try to get around the right edge. He's going to use his speed. He's going to get there, turns the corner, and gets knocked out of bounds. He gets right up, though.
By number 66,
that was a heck of a hit right there.
It was. A.J. Piper, a 6'2", 280 senior. Totally legal. He was in the field of play, and he just laid the lumber.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Laid the lumber.
Best hit of the night right there.
Yes. That's one of those highlight reel hits for an offensive lineman right there.
Oh, yeah. But that was a good return there by Jaden Hamilton. He picked that ball up about the 30. He's going to get about a 30-yard return. They're going to reset the play clock, it looks like. Yeah, you got 25 seconds after a penalty. Excuse me, not after a kick. Heights in their flex formation, 2 receivers up top. Going to go a little bit of veer inside there to R.J. Richard. Not going to get anything. Maybe pick up 1 yard there for R.J.
Do I need to say good night again? Because that's who it was.
Yeah, I mean, as a middle linebacker, if we're not getting any anything on veer, that middle linebacker, all he is doing is just watching that fullback and reading that and taking the same angle as the fullback. That's what he's got to do. And then he's got to rely on everybody else to get the slots, to get the other ones. Here's a play-action pass over the top. Going to have it open.
Wide open. That's number 1.
Jaden Hamilton with the 45-yard touchdown pass. Great job right there. 45-yard touchdown pass for DJ Dingle to Jaden Hamilton.
He just got behind the backs, and as soon as he got past the backs, they knew we weren't going to be able to catch you.
Well, we had both guys. They ran play-action pass off of veer, and they had the outside receiver. I'm not sure. I think that might have been Chase Harris on the X down here on this bottom side, and they had the slot runner right up the middle, and those receivers or the DBs were just coming down hard. They were just kept coming down, and that's what the play-action pass will do for you right there against this offense. If you keep running that veer, Jared just kept running it, did a great job of kept calling it, getting 2 or 3 yards. That last one was a 1 yard, and next thing you know, bam, ties it up. Heights 14, Andover 14.
Well, this offense, and I've seen it against some teams where it was all feast, feast, feast. This is a feast-famine offense. Famine, and as soon as that thing opens up, feast. So,
I don't know if we can get a shot of the cheerleaders down. Oh, the cheerleaders were kind of dancing around and having a lot of good time right there. Yeah, we missed it. That's all right. They're back to doing their normal thing, but they were having a good time there after that touchdown. 3:34 here remaining in the third quarter. Man, we're going to see what happens with the Falcons, and can they make a stop? Can they get that ball turned over? They made a stop last time against the Trojans, and Heights fully took advantage of that and scored. And I think they only had about 4 plays there on that drive after the big return there by Jaden Hamilton. Here's Caden Clausen kicking off. Last couple times he's gotten a touchback.
All right, back deep. Back deep, it looks like Davis.
And
for the
ball's
Trojans.
going to be, looks like he's going to let it just go into the end zone for a touchback.
And that's a weapon right there. You remove a big play opportunity for the return team just by being able to get to the end zone. That's a weapon.
Especially in high school. You know, you see those NFL kickers, almost every one of those guys, they just kick in the end zone every time. I don't even know why they have kickoff return anymore, unless there's elements out there, you know, and there's a strong wind. But most all the time they kick it completely out of the end zone.
Yep.
There's not even a return. So Heights with about the 5-man front right there.
So we have another counter play with big number 35, Sparks, who gains about, did he gain the 10 yards? Did they give him 10? They gave him 10 yards on that, and we're moving the sticks.
Elijah Mosley coming up from his safety spot, picking up his second tackle. Yeah, that was just kind of looks like an outside stretch play, and then all of a sudden, as soon as the fullback gets the ball, he just turns it up and goes right up the middle.
Well, they just when you run that stretch play, you read certain defensive linemen. So if that end pressed up field too far, well, you know there's going to be a seam.
And there it is again, kind of the same thing.
Well, and it looked like they pulled a backside guard on that, so be a more of a power stretch.
Jaden Caldwell picking up a tackle.
So I don't want to call it too much power because I didn't see down block. I saw stretch blocking with a guard coming.
And they got to be reading something if they're doing that. It's just so hard to read sometimes if you don't have, like, I know as a coach, you know, I'm up there and we're calling offensive plays and I'm trying to find out what the defense is doing. And then in between series, I go back and look at the video. Oh, that's what they're doing. It's so hard to figure out exactly what they're doing when it's happening live.
See, and they actually ran a power there where I saw down blocks, and then their backside guard actually wrapped their H-back kicks.
Yeah.
And so the H-back is that what you typically put a wing, but then you put a fullback type kid in there. Yeah, H-back kicks. Everyone's down. Backside guard wraps around and looks for that inside linebacker. And that running back follows his blockers there to find a
inside linebacker there for the Falcons. Javon Martin making another tackle there on that last play, picking up his 9th tackle of the night. Andover's been doing this all night. They break the huddle and hurry up there and get up to the line quick. There's quarterback going to keep. Javon Martin,
he gets
tackle for a loss right there. Javon Martin up there clapping. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 7.
A little 3-yard loss there. They actually they pulled both guards, so a little buck sweep scheme, and
the
Strauss
quarterback
comes up a little,
limping a little bit.
Limping, and he's a two-way player. He's a corner for him as well. So, for Andover's sake, I hope it's a cramp, and it looks like he's getting stretched out right now. So,
cold night, man. You can get some cramps out there if you didn't drink enough water because you just don't feel like you need to drink all that water when it's cold outside. They're going to go for nope. I saw a couple guys running, and I thought they might call a fake punt, and they just straight kind of the scrum kick over there on the right side, kick it out of bounds at about the 30. I believe the referee's he's going to keep on walking up to about the 33, 34-yard line. And Heights is going to take over here with 57 seconds remaining left in the 3rd quarter. See if Heights can take the lead. Heights has had 14 unanswered points after Andover started the first half with a 14-0. It was 14-0 at the half, and then now Heights, the last 2 drives, they haven't done anything but score touchdowns. And we'll see if Heights can continue that streak going right here. Here's DJ Dingle under center for the Falcons, going in motion. Toss to the outside.
Andover kind of stringing it out and good. Oh.
John Randall spinning around, picking up about 4.
Well, and you had sophomore Brandon Reddick who was holding on for dear life there, just trying to make sure he doesn't break loose and giving his teammates a chance to come over.
John Randall can break loose. You wait until see when he gets in the open field. If he gets in the open field, he's not going to get caught from behind. The only time he got caught from behind was kind of a shoestring tackle there in the first half.
Yes. That
I thought we were going to score on.
Well, by one heck of an athletic play by their quarterback, Strauss.
There's DJ Dingle reading a pretty good veer. Finally gave it to the fullback. He's going to be, I think, just a little bit short for R.J. Richard. Going to pick up about 4 yards on that carry.
Yep, and he stood up by their linebacking core, and it looks like their free safety out there. Number 20, they haven't called his name yet. Yeah, that's Joshua Wolf.
And that is going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Heights is going to have about a 3rd and 1. And we'll take a look at the cheerleaders. There's Coach Jared out right there. He's got the red hat and the black pants, and there's a good close shot of him right there. That's the offensive coordinator. He's the one out there calling the plays and for the Heights Falcons. And Coach Dingle and Coach Moss are calling the defense.
How mad has Jared got at you this season about calling plays on air?
We actually had lunch today,
yeah.
And we were talking about that a little bit. And there was a couple times that I actually called the exact play, what they call in the huddle. And I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, dude, it just comes out. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. I'm trying to like play dumb sometimes.
Right.
I mean, I could call every one of these plays because it's been the same offense that I ran when I was a offensive coordinator and coaching football here. And picking up, that was Jaden Hamilton picking up a couple yards. But yeah, I've called a couple. And a little bit of veer right there. DJ Dingle going to keep it, going to put the foot in the ground and straight up the field for DJ Dingle.
No.
Going to be about 55 yards for DJ Dingle. That's how you run the veer right there. Had a good pull right there, good read from him and the mesh right there with R.J. Richard and DJ Dingle. Put that left foot in the ground and got vertical, and a 55-yard touchdown run for DJ Dingle. Heights is taking now 20 unanswered points, looking for that 21 point here with a extra point here by Caden Clausen. And gonna be good for Caden Clausen. That was a heck of a hold there by R.J. Richard. The ball was almost upside down, and he had to really pick that and pick that up and scoop it up. But man, what a heck of a play right there by DJ. I don't even think he got touched really.
No, I don't think so. So he got whiffed by the free safety right there, and he just was able to, make the right read. Use the defense's aggressive nature against him and just go.
Yeah.
And once he was out in the open, I don't think there was anybody catching him.
Yeah, he had a really good speed. I didn't think he was that fast, but he was pulling away from people there, and had a pretty good run on that 55-yard touchdown there on inside veer. He kept it, and the defense. That's what happens, man. You just lull them to sleep with that dive, and those guys, sometimes you just don't think that quarterback's going to keep it, and DJ did. Now Heights out to a 21-14 lead here with 11:20 left to go here in this game.
Well, again, that's what this offense does. It kind of lulls you to sleep and then puts a dagger in you. I feel like I'm bringing up Bethel every time I'm in here. Did you see the game last weekend?
I did not. I did not see the game.
They won 72. I think it was like 72-21. We have a good return. He actually was able to get the return off, and that's number 27, Davis. And again, Bethel runs the same offense that Heights does, and they were able to get a few people loose, and that's they won 80 the game before, and then put up 72.
they were off for a couple weeks too, because they had some guys that had, you get one person with a coronavirus infection, positive case, then you got all these guys quarantined, and that's what they had. They had a couple guys, they were missing several of their players. Bethel was, and they missed a couple weeks.
So number 30 with the play is no, and
Isaiah Yehuda with the tackle there, followed up by number 8 Davion Ware. Those guys over there on that side making that tackle. They're bringing up about second and about 6 or so.
And you know what? Strauss is back on the field. He doesn't look like he's got a little bit of hitch in his giddy up.
There's a good shot. You can kind of see the steam coming from him. You can see how cold it is out there. It's a nice, cool night. You can see these guys breathing and the smoke coming from their mouths. I never really saw it until we had that close-up shot right there. Good job by our camera guys.
Little speed option, and it's snuffed out in the backfield.
Elijah Mosley coming up and making the play from his free safety spot. Jaden Caldwell made the quarterback pitch out there, but Elijah Mosley is going to get that tackle. He's going to pick up his 3rd tackle of the night. And Heights has stopped him I think Andover's been 3 and out each time this whole second half right here,
Yep.
and Heights has scored on three plays and out, and they've scored each time, leading this second half 21-14, and scoring 21 points in the second half. 3 unanswered touchdowns for the Falcons. Can they make it 4 3 and outs here with the 3rd and 6? Going to run that speed option again. They're going to get the first down.
They will, and much more, because No gets a head of steam on him, and he's not easy to take down. That is a 1, 2, 3,
25, 35.
No, that's a 40-yard gain.
There you go, 40-yard gain. And
Just over 40.
Javon Martin with the tackle right there from his linebacker spot. He kind of chased that one down and was the last one to force him out of bounds right there. Javon Martin picking up his 11th tackle of the night. He's in almost everything. He's their leading tackler coming into this game. Javon Martin had over 60 tackles. 54 tackles, correction.
Giving it to No again, going downhill, just pounding the ball for it looks like a 7-yard gain.
Well, Andover's not, I mean, yes, Heights has scored three unanswered touchdowns, but Andover, all they need is one drive right now and ties it back up and take a lot of time off the clock. And, you know, it could easily, it's high school football. There's a lot of ups and downs in high school football. These guys,
Oh, yes.
you know, it's hard for them to sometimes control their emotions and control all these ups and downs. And right now, Andover just needs a good drive right here to get right back in this game.
They're back in their traditional two-back set, and it looks like it's a power play, downhill run by number 35, Sparks, gets a first down on that play.
Amarion Wilkins with the tackle, and Elijah Mosley right there.
It looks like Sparks is limping a little bit. So I'm guessing we have a lot of cramps right now, but you said it's a cold night. We don't drink the water we should. I remember cramping up on cold nights.
Yeah, you would think sometimes you cramp more in the hot months, but the problem is you drink a lot of water because you're so hot and thirsty, and so you just don't do it as much. But in the wintertime, you do get a lot of cramps.
Yeah, so
Submarine in there on the tackle there for the Falcons.
No with a 2-yard gain, 1-yard gain.
Isaiah Yehuda, number 30, he was the one that was down low there, getting that tackle for the Falcons, bringing up about 2nd and 9 or so. Heights really needs a stop right here. Andover's really done a pretty good job here on this drive of kind of taking those small little steps and just picking up a couple first downs. See if the Falcons can stop them here.
We have their
maybe a false start on the top side. Nope, they didn't call it.
They didn't call it. His little quick pitch, little speed option for another 2-yard gain.
Jaden Caldwell for the Falcons over there on that side, picking up his 6th tackle of the night.
So you're looking at they're a little behind schedule. They're at 3rd and 7.
Yeah. Are they going to call the pass, or are they going to just go ahead and run it? 7:43 here.
So right now, I mean, I don't know what they have as far as a kicker at this distance. I looked at the stats, and they have no field goals on the year, but they have a lot of extra points.
You know, right here, this is a big play. This is where you want to try to come out maybe with a screen or something like that, maybe with a play-action pass if you can. Let's see what they're going to do. Maybe even roll out. They're going to do the play-action pass, just a high percentage pass right there, a little play-action to the flat.
When you have Smith out in the flat, wide open for a first down. I mean, that was a well drawn out play. They did a play action where they had 3 levels for him to choose from.
Yep, deep, middle, and flat, and he kind of hit the middle route there.
Yep, he hit the middle because one of those 3 levels is going to be open. One of those 3 levels is going to be open.
Going to be first and 10 from the 15 here. Clock is counting down. You know, as a coach here for Andover, you'd really want to take as much time off as you can or score as quickly as you can so that if you have to make another stop, you can get the ball back and win the game.
Yep, and that's No again with a punishing run.
Jaden Caldwell with another tackle.
Oh, and it just depends on what you think you can do. Are you going to be able to stop them on defense? And, you know, they have a good defensive coordinator. Anybody who's not playing offense is getting good rest. If they're an offensive lineman that plays D or any other position, right now they're getting rest when they're in the huddle.
Yep.
They're getting rejuvenated. On Heights' side, you got to stop them from going at all.
Your quarterback
So
with the run.
Strauss with the run for another
First down.
10-yard run, and he gets, first down from the 3, and yeah, he's a. I think.
Now he's got another cramp right there.
I think,
Tackled there by number 7, Jaden Okoro.
Yeah, I think he's cramping up too.
Well, right here, I don't know why you just don't call a timeout. I mean, what do they got? They got all 3 timeouts. Both teams haven't called a timeout here in the second half. And
yeah, the only other thing is you could be playing for, I'm going to score here. I'm going to stop. I'm going to score here. I'm going to stop them on defense, and then.
I don't think they got in. Going to bring up. Yep, going to be just a little bit short.
At the 1. Stopped at the 1 is no.
We're going to give Sakai Ancor another tackle there. He's got his 6th tackle of the night. Going to bring 2nd and goal from about the 1-yard line.
This is when I saw Dusenberry over there trying to fire his offensive lineman up.
They're going to go quarterback sneak right up the middle here.
I knew his body language right there. I've been an offensive line coach for.
They're going to go shotgun.
There's shotgun, and it's just going to go straight forward. They're going to give it to No and say, let's go. Yep.
Davion Ware just got run over right there. He tried to come up from his free safety spot, but just didn't have the lead behind him to make that stop. And he's kind of now holding his shoulders, Davion Ware.
Well, and you had that whole left side of that offensive line cave in.
Yeah.
And it was a cave and a kick and touchdown.
Big extra point right here for the Falcons. Yeah, the scoreboard up there says Heights 27, Trojans 14, and
Andover takes a timeout.
Let's see if they get the scoreboard fixed. There it is, got it fixed over there. Our scoreboard keeper is Mr. Finsky's doing a heck of a job. I asked him one time, I was like, "What?" I was like, kind of pointing at the clock, and he's like, "Yeah, they forgot to stop it over there. I have to go back and fix it." Ours is not official. So the scoreboard operator here in the stadium is the official because he's got the ones that the officials and the fans and the coaches can see. So that's the official scoreboard. We're just trying to do the best we can to try to match that. But sometimes when they mess up, most of the time it's us messing up. But tonight, not us, huh? Finsky.
I never make mistakes. What are you talking about? I never make mistakes.
You know, right there, I don't know if we got a shot of the Andover person with the cart. Oh, we missed it. It was over there. Go back over there to the Andover shot. You can see her with the cart right there with all those Gatorade bottles. In the past, you'd have like 4 or 5 water bottles, and everybody would be taking something from the same one. But with all this Corona stuff going on, everybody has their own bottle. Yep.
And it looks like Andover is going to go for 2 here. They've moved the ball to the left hash.
Gonna go for it.
Gonna go for 2. I mean, it's a gutsy call.
Go for the win here. Play action pass.
And No is open.
We missed it. We
and
don't have it.
Good, so that's a good 2-point conversion play. A little play action pass out to No, and he goes in for the completion.
Sorry about that on the camera. We missed that completely. I'm watching the TV, and I'm like, But they just completed the pass right there in the flat.
So, what they did is they ran a rollout play action pass, kind of like they did before, where there's 3 levels, and he just hit that fullback in the flat, which was No. And you know what? That's a clutch play.
Man.
That's a gutsy call. You're getting a point.
You're on the road. You want to go for the win right now. You don't want to leave it up to your defense. That coach, that's a great call right there. And you know what? That's going to fire up their defense as Heights gets the ball back because they know they have the lead now, not a tie. They've got the lead. They're going to play lights out here in the last 5 minutes and 12 seconds to try to get that stop. And
that's what Dusenberry is over there talking about in the huddles, like with his kickoff teams. Like, we have to make sure we go down, we cover. Don't give them any cheap yardage. Don't give them any cheap returns. You need to be sound going down the field. Make sure we don't give them anything.
They're going to put Lafayette Washington had that touchdown earlier. They're going to put him back. Haven't seen him back there before. Jaden Hamilton usually goes back. Not sure where Jaden's at. Actually, Jaden's on the sideline down here. Looks like he might be in a little bit of pain sitting on the bench. I'm not sure exactly what happened.
I think he was the one that got ran over at that 2-point conversion.
Oh, okay. He was kind of down there in the end zone.
Yes.
Yep, okay. So they're putting Washington back there, John Randall back there. They're going to kick it.
They're going to kick it to Washington.
Out of bounds?
And it actually sets up.
Oh, it's going to stay in bounds.
And they're covering pretty well. Andover.
If John Randall could get away. John Randall picked the ball up with the 1. There ain't nobody stopping him. He's going to the house for 99 yards.
There are
kick
no
return.
flags on the field. And
Andover guys just cannot believe exactly what happened right there. Sorry, I was so loud, so excited on that. But wow, what a return by John Randall.
Let me tell you what, big players step up at big times and make big plays. Andover had good coverage. They had everybody in their lane. They had everybody down there. That was actually a very well kicked ball. Again, big players make big plays at big moments.
John Randall with a 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. After I thought the ball was going to go out of bounds, the next thing you know, a little backspin, the ball's picked. He just picks it up from the 1-yard line. And I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to get caught. We're going to get the ball about the 15-yard line. But no, he finds the crease.
And Clausen is good.
Clausen's good with the extra point.
So now it's up to Andover's offense.
Yeah, I mean, and down 6, so really they need a touchdown and an extra point to go ahead. And Heights is pumped up right now. Heights defense is going to have to really use that momentum right there that John Randall just put on this whole stadium with that 99-yard touchdown return. And Heights defense is going to have to go out there and make a stop.
Yeah, like I said, you can't fault Andover too much. I mean, they were in place, they were in coverage. It's just it's a play.
A great player made a great play right there for 99 yards. I mean, that's going to be on our highlights for sure. I think I might have cracked the microphone there as I was screaming so loud. I heard a loud crack there that's what happens. You get excited. Jaden Hamilton, he's down there on the sideline limping right there by coach. He wants to go in and play, but he's limping big time. He's one of their corners out there on defense, so not sure he's going to go in. Coach Dingle's talking to him. And Caden Clausen, still no wind out there. See if he can get a touchback. It'd be nice if he can get a touchback. I know the first time he kicked in this direction, he kicked it out of bounds.
But I also think it was.
Yeah, and he's going to kick it out of bounds again.
And I don't know if they're doing that on purpose.
No,
or
that's not on purpose. He's mad at himself. He can't believe he did that. It's kind of like, you get out there on the golf course and you take your hardest whack, and where does the ball go? It goes in the stream to the left. Well, that's exactly what Caden Clausen did right there. He's trying to kick it as hard as he possibly can, and he thinks he can put it in the end zone. And a little miss hit right there. Now Andover's got great field position here with 4:54 as they get the ball at the 35-yard line.
So, again, it's up. It's right now. It's a battle of the two teams that we weren't talking about. Heights' defense versus Andover's offense, and they do a little key 2 screen out to Smith, and he gets about 3 yards on the play.
Davion Ware out there gets the tackle. Yeah, they haven't done that all night. Just a little quick throw out there to the left, but they've got to kind of hurry a little bit. They can't do what they've normally done most of this half, or in the first half when they were taking those long drives, those 8-minute drives. They only got 4 minutes right now, so they've really got to use the clock wisely and try to pick up a couple big plays here and score before the time runs out.
See, and they give it to Noah and see what he can do. And, yeah, he's just rumbling, bumbling, stumbling down the middle for a first down and a 10-yard gain.
Tackle by Elijah Mosley, picking up his 6th tackle of the night. We've got a lot of guys with some tackles.
Channeling his Riggins.
Oh, John Riggins from from the Washington football team.
Yep, Washington. No, okay. I'll let you say it, and I won't say it again.
I know it.
I walk into a school every day where that is all over the walls.
That's exactly right. I love it. We got a flag. We haven't seen a lot of flags at all tonight.
And I'm guessing
that's
a
holding.
It's either
or
a
face mask
or a chop block, because I saw somebody on the ground.
Let's see what the white hat says.
Holding. holding on the offense, and that definitely puts them behind the chain.
Yep. So there's the that's what the Falcons needed right there. Now they're going to replay first down there from the 40-yard line, but Heights needs a little help here, as Andover was just kind of starting to steamroll a little bit over the top. Maybe going to go a little play action pass here. Now they're going to run a little speed option
with No again, who again just gets back that penalty yardage, gets a 9-yard gain.
Jaden Caldwell was close to making that play. I just don't think anybody really made the play. He just kind of ran out of room over there as the Heights defense just kind of shoved him out of bounds.
He's running hard and downhill. Hard to stop.
I see that number 30, and I think sometimes, have you seen college football with the new number 0?
Oh, the number 0. No, I have not seen anybody wear it yet.
Oh my gosh, I've seen it all over the place. Every weekend I see someone's wearing number 0, and you never have seen that in the past.
Yep. And he gets the ball again, and he breaks it through for another gain of about 15, 16 yards.
Jaden Hamilton back out there with that hurt foot. He's going to pick up. Actually, that's the first time I've called Jaden Hamilton with a tackle.
Yeah, no, I have not seen it, but I haven't paid too close attention because Big Ten football started last week, so real college football.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, you were watching Nebraska, so nobody from Nebraska had number 0.
No.
Okay.
And nobody from Ohio State either.
Two traditional football programs. It's kind of hard to bring in with somebody with a number 0, but I've seen several players around the country in that college football wearing 0 for the first time.
I'll have to look out at it. No.
Making a good play right there was Sakai Ancor, number 53. Picking up tackle number 7 for him.
Yeah.
Brings up about 2nd and 9. Clock just a ticking here. Andover's going to have to make something happen here in the next 2:50. They still got enough time that they could probably just run the ball, but they're going to probably have to take a shot here at some point if they don't break one of these long runs.
Well, and that's the
Here's
deal.
that shot right there.
Here's the shot. He has a step. Oh, he was held a little bit.
There's the Heights interception.
And they're not
Elijah Mosley.
Oh, and they're not going to call a holding on that. So you have Elijah with an interception on that play.
They had a little. They
grabbed him early. They did a little key that we would call that a ghost play, where you fake the key one screen and then that person, the inside receiver, acts like he's blocking and then goes.
That's exactly what that play was. They ran that play earlier. They were trying to set it up. They ran the quick screen out there to the receiver, and then they had exactly what Mitch was talking about. And the quarterback just kind of took a little bit too long. Probably should have just fit it right in between the safety and the corner right there, but the safety came way over the top. That was Elijah Mosley who made that play. And now Heights really just has to run out the clock right here, and they're just going to give it to Big John Randall. Make sure he don't. Oh, there you go. Unsportsmanlike conduct right there.
That's going to be 15 yards and another first down.
Yeah, no reason to do that and throw him down on the ground.
And this is.
Yeah, threw the runner to the ground right there. Really didn't need to do that, but that's a 15-yard penalty.
And there's being aggressive, but then there's like, okay, cool your jets. I understand he's getting a little frustrated. We want to make the stop, but gotta chill out just a little bit.
So really need to make sure that they're going to take every second off of this clock as possible. Andover looks like they've got 2 timeouts, and they're going to use one of them right here. And with 2:02, I mean, I think you still have. Well, they're only going to have 1 timeout left, so they can almost run this thing out with and not give Andover even an opportunity. But you just got to be smart. Give it to your guy that holds onto the ball the best. I would not worry about making any veers or midlines or anything like that. And I would not give any reads. I would give ISOs. I would give maybe a counter. Maybe haven't ran a counter in a while. Just straight handoffs where there's no decision. You know who's going to get the ball, and give it to those guys, and so that they can wrap up and hold on to it and not turn it over. That's the worst thing you could do right now is a turnover.
I'd like to see the I formation right now. And
there you go. We haven't seen the I. They've done that.
We have not seen the I yet today.
Today.
I'd love to see the I, today.
Yep.
Today. I'd love to see the I formation right now. Run ISO. Run fullback dive. Don't put the ball up in the air. Let your offensive line do the work. They've been leaning on these guys. Several of them are two-way players. They've been leaning on the Andover players for the entire game.
Yep, there's a good look right there of the Andover the huddle right there as they come out of the timeout, and they got one left timeout. They got one more timeout here in this game. Heights has all of them. Heights is not going to be calling any timeouts unless they just try to soak the clock up as much as they can and then call a timeout.
2 minutes left on the clock. I don't know if he's gonna.
Oh, he is going to run a little bit of veer. And you know what? If you do that right there, see, that's the thing. Why do you do that? Why are you going to call a veer and have a possibility of a fumble? All the Andover guys are pointing in the wrong direction. They're pointing as it's a turnover.
Well, and they said he was down, so no matter what, they said he's down.
I never saw the ball come out.
I didn't either, but there was also on the other side. So they're going to call a timeout. But you know, we're getting to the point where they're going to start ripping and at the ball and getting anything they can.
There's a shot right there, Coach Dingle, and talking to his guys and making sure that they get the right play called, and they try to run a veer. And veer, when you run veer and stuff like that, there's a mesh happening, and there's a quarterback that could keep it or could hand it off. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Don't do those types of things when you're just trying to run out the clock. Run their little fullback dive play where there is no read. Just give it to them, or give it to the R, the L out there on an ISO or a counter or something like that where there's no decisions. And let them clamp on that ball, and let's run out this clock here and get this win. Heights in their flex backfield, 2 receivers up top, 2nd and 10.
They're not gonna go ahead and humor me and get in the eye. I don't like that.
And they're gonna run toss to the outside. Randall.
John is gonna take it, and he's getting. Oh, and there's a penalty flag. There's a penalty flag being thrown in, and I don't know.
The clock stopping. Big number 50 offensive lineman. That's Jaden Powell. Let's see what he says, that white hat.
Holding on the offense.
Doesn't have, for whatever reason, the microphone's not on right now.
So you have holding on the offense, and
now the official is talking to over there to the coach on the top side. I don't know if we got a shot of that. Can we get a little bit closer shot of the there's a good shot right there of the official talking to him.
Yeah, the official's talking to Ken Dusenberry, who's on the right, talking to the official. You have your defensive coordinator and I think the defensive coordinator is in the stocking. He's in the hat. Your defensive coordinator is Dustin Murray, who's been the defensive coordinator for the last 5 years.
Let's follow the white hat, guys. There we go. Or just go back to that.
So what they did is they declined the penalty to force a 3rd down.
Okay.
So
because they can get the ball back. Now, if Heights picks up the 1st down here, if Heights can pick up the 1st down, they're going to let is the clock running right now? Let the clock run and don't even call a play here. Use one of your timeouts.
And I think, Coach Dingle is, I don't know.
Or they're gonna run the play with 2 seconds left.
Timeout. So
Coach Dingle is hot down there. He is walking all the way out to the hash mark right there. I think there was some miscommunication about running that play or not running that play, and I thought they were just gonna try to soak it down and then call a timeout. So Coach Dingle a little bit extra hot on his son. His son is the quarterback, number 2, Coach Dominic Dingle, and it's actually Dominic Dingle Jr., the quarterback, but he goes by DJ at the quarterback position. And he had a great 55-yard touchdown run earlier in the game. Hasn't had a lot of plays go his way, but he did have that one go his way with a 55-yard touchdown run where he kept the ball on an inside veer and planted that outside foot and got vertical for 55 yards.
Oh, and you have DJ is a sophomore. John is a sophomore. You said their whole backfield is sophomore.
Their fullback is a junior,
Okay.
and Jaden usually I believe Jalen Adrian Patterson's a junior. So 2 sophomores and two juniors.
So you have a lot of people coming back.
Gonna get it, John Randall. That's Adrian Patterson,
and
picking up the first down. That's gonna seal it for the Falcons.
Andover has no timeouts. We'll see what Heights does. They really just need to get into the sweetest formation in football.
Victory formation is all they need right now, and they're going to snap the ball with no time left on the play clock. And that was it right there. Sealed the deal right there. Adrian Patterson with the toss on the left-hand side, and he was able to get in there. And they're going to go.
So yeah, this is the best formation in football, because if you're running this, that means you did your job.
Chase Harris needs to get up on in there. He's out here as a wide receiver. Not sure why he's there. He needs to be up as a tight end.
Well, and he just checked in, is on the line. If you look back, and they snapped, and John Randall's back just in case something happens. But Andover played hard. They played well. It was a great game.
There's a shot of the Andover guys there, just kind of
some of their seasons
over.
And
They're seniors.
Their senior year, and you know what? And they're going out a relatively classy way. I've seen this play get ugly.
Yeah, they're not fighting anything. They're excited. Heights Falcons. There's a good look right there. There's a good look right there. Some celebration there by the Falcons, and they're gonna improve to 5-2. And you know what? This is Coach Dominic Dingle's first winning season.
There you go. Hey, he's building.
He was 2019. He was 3-6. 2018 he was 4-5. The last winning season here for the Falcons was under head coach Terry Harrison, 6-4, who left to go to Bethel.
Right.
And then the last several years, Dingle's been trying to work those the Heights magic and get back to the winning season. They're going to finish this regular season with a 5-2 record. Actually, you can see some of those guys going over there and giving some hugs to some of those guys. Usually supposed to stay on their side, but they decided that they know some of those guys, so they're going to go over there and get a little bit of love to those guys and congratulate them. And Heights Falcons are going to get on to the victory.
Well, and Ken Dusenberry ends his first season at Andover with a 5-4 record. With a winning record, so he starts off strong. He came home after coaching at Carden Plain, and he had a good first season. Stuff to build on. A lot of young players playing both ways today. So he has a bright future ahead of him in that team.
Yeah, there's a good look right there as the Heights Falcons are down in the end zone and celebrating a little bit, and good to see them finish out their last game here at home, as they're probably going to play. Northwest play Salina
Central.
Play Salina Central tomorrow as a 1-16 seed. So we'll probably be traveling over to Northwest next Friday night.
I've seen crazier things, but I would not doubt that Northwest is going to be playing you guys next week.
Yep, there you go. So we appreciate you guys all watching, Mitch. It's been fun this year, man.
Oh, it's been awesome. I've had a blast coming and talking. I like to say I get to come talk football for 3 hours.
Yes.
And I love it.
Well, I'm always looking for students to come in here and help me, and the students sometimes don't like to talk on camera. They like to do behind the scenes, and that's what we had most of the time. Is the students were most of the students like to be kind of behind the scenes and stuff like that. I'm looking at John Randall with 47 yards in the first half, and then 57, probably only about 80 yards or so. Just a rough estimate as I look at those stats there. He had a carry of 10, 7, 4, and 4 in the second half. So
with a 99-yard touchdown return.
That's not a rushing stat. That's an all-purpose stat. But that was the one that right there by a great play by John Randall. If you missed it, go look at the about halfway through the fourth quarter right there, and he picks that ball up and races at 99 yards for the touchdown. That was the clincher right there for sure.
No, so I mean that again, big player making a big play at a big moment.
That's it. There's the Heights Falcons. We'll see them next week. I think it's in Northwest High School Grizzlies YouTube. They'll be live streaming that game, so check them out next week if Northwest wins tomorrow night. And, guys, we appreciate it. Thanks again so much for watching tonight. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.